Hey everyone, and welcome back. Let's talk about something that's very often misunderstood. I call it having a depressed mind. So, not that overwhelming kind that hits after trauma, that's normal for some period, but the one that sneaks in quietly. Many people wake up one day thinking, I should be happy, but I'm not. Everything looks fine on the outside, but inside something feels numb. The truth is, depression often doesn't come from a very big cause. It's the result of lots of small habits, what we call micro habits, that we practice daily without even noticing them. And that is actually the hopeful part, because if small habits can lead us into depression, small shifts can help us to come out of it. So let's explore this. And I want to invite you, as we explore this, not to judge, not to fix anything, but just to gently observe your mind, how you react inside. That awareness alone is a complete game changer. So, one micro habit that quietly fuels depression is dismissing the positive. Maybe something good happens and your mind instantly minimalizes it. Like, oh, well, that doesn't really count. Or they're just being polite. Or like, oh, this is just a coincidence. So, this habit may have started as a defense mechanism, like don't get too excited or don't get hurt. But over time, it teaches the brain to filter out joy. You become numb, not because nothing good is happening, but because you have stopped letting it in. So, another habit is harsh self talk. When you mess up something, do you hear a voice inside saying, oh, I'm such a mess. I always screw up. What's wrong with me? You would think that this voice actually wants to motivate you, but it shuts you down. The part of you that's hurting doesn't need judgment. It needs care. And the moment you start observing that in a dialogue without grabbing onto it, you loosen the grip. There's also the habit of blaming yourself for how you feel. Maybe you're anxious or you're sad. And then on top of that is you feel guilty for feeling that way. This turns natural emotions into something wrong. And that creates another layer of pain. What if instead of fighting your feelings, you just notice them? Just let them be. Let them pass through. You are not your emotions. You are the one watching them come and go. Another pattern is withdrawing. When you're low, your mind says, oh, don't go to that party, you won't enjoy it. Or don't reach out, nobody really cares about you. But isolating fuels depression. What if you noticed that pull to withdraw and simply observe it? Instead of obeying it, what if you took one small step towards connection? Even if it's just sending a text, reaching out, having a coffee or a walk, just something small. Let's also talk about numbing. This can look like constant scrolling, overworking, overeating, anything that keeps you from being with your inner world. And on the other side, there's rumination. Like thinking too much all the time, or replaying the past, analyzing every little detail. Both of these keep you trapped. One tries to push the pain away, the other one is clinging to it. Neither helps you to move forward. Then there's another basic habit of neglecting your needs. For instance, poor sleep, no movement, no sports, skipping meals, too much coughing, too much alcohol, and so on. These aren't just lifestyle issues, they are signals your body and nervous system is overwhelmed. So start with just one need: support your system, and your system will start supporting you. A subtle but powerful habit is waiting for motivation. Oh, I get out of bed when I feel like it, or I call someone when I'm in the mood. But motivation doesn't come first, action comes first. Even tiny actions send a message to your brain: I am not stuck, I am still moving. Just brushing your teeth or just stepping outside for 5 minutes can already begin to shift your energy. Then there's also emotional reasoning. Believing that your feelings are fact. Like, I feel hopeless, so my life is hopeless. Or I'm lost, so everything's lost. But you are the one witnessing those thoughts. When you watch them instead of becoming them, you create space. And in that space, you can find freedom. Again, this is one of the most important points. I'll repeat it one more time. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that is observing your thoughts. Instead of becoming your thoughts, you can observe them. You have the power to do that. Another trap is all or nothing. Like, if I can do a full workout, why even try? Or if I didn't do it perfectly, I failed. These extremes weigh us down. But life moves in small steps. Progress is messy. But just starting, even if you start badly, just start. It's better than waiting for it to be perfect. Much better. And finally, there's the mindset that says, oh, nothing will ever change. That's the inner voice that claims to be realistic, but it's actually giving up. And yet, even hearing that voice means something inside of you is awakening. You don't need to argue with that voice, just notice it, watch it, and let it pass by. Just let your thoughts pass like clouds, or like a little boat in a stream, or like a car in traffic. Anything you can picture, to just make it pass by. Don't grab onto it. So here's what all of this points to. You are not broken. You are not the problem. You're just caught in patterns. Habits that build up over time, often as protection, but you can begin to shift them, not by force, but by becoming deeply aware of these patterns. Awareness changes everything. If you can observe a thought, you are not the thought. if you can notice a reaction, you have a choice. And that's the beginning of real change. So today, don't try to fix everything. Just pick one small habit. Watch it with curiosity. And then just maybe do one small thing differently. And over time, that's how transformation happens. Thank you so much for being here. If this helped you, share what habits you want to work on. I'd love to hear it. Write it in the comments if you feel like it, or just write it down for yourself. Be kind to yourself. Okay,